Hi there, Laura Wilson here. Now today I'm going to do a get ready with me, and you might be thinking, why is she doing a get ready for me on an art channel? So I'm going to be talking about what's been happening in my life and the changes I'll be making to this channel. I'm still going to be doing art videos, but I'm going to include a few other things as well. So today I'm going to do a get ready with me and do a smoky eye. So we're painting with makeup today and have a chat about what's going on. So let's get into it. Hi there, Laura here. Today I'm going to do a get ready with me and have a talk about why I'm changing my channel. So I'm going to put my headband on and I'm going to be using some of my Project Pan items in this get ready with me. So first I'm going to prime my face. I've already cleansed and put on my moisturizer and things, so I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer to start with. So I'm just going to pat that into the areas that I have big pores that I want to fill, and a little bit around my eyes because it just helps smooth some of those wrinkles out. And if you see me looking over this way, that's because that's where my mirror is. And the other thing I'm going to use to prime my face is the Insta Fix and Glow from Rimmel. And this one you can use as a primer as well as a spray during your makeup and after your makeup. So I'm just going to let that dry for a bit before I do the next bit. So you can just ignore this little mark on my forehead there. I whacked my head on the fire extinguisher a couple of days ago and it's left a mark and a bit of a little bruise on my forehead, so you can ignore that. And the first thing I'm going to do today is eyes. Now in the palette that I'm using, if you have seen my video on what I'm doing for Project Pan, you would have seen this palette in there. And for this palette, it's only actually got 4 actual eyeshadows in there. There's no reason why I can't use these as eyeshadows as well. These ones here are, these two here are creams, and they're for eyebrow products, and I'm not using those because it's just too old. So the first thing I'm going to do is get one other of my Project Pan things, my e.l.f. my e.l.f. eye primer, and I'm going to put that on. And I'm going to use my Maybelline Colour Tattoo. Now, what is the shade for this one? Bad to the Bronze, 25 Bad to the Bronze it is, so I'll show you what it looks like. So it looks like this. Now this one's getting quite old, so I need to start using it up. I don't think I'll use it up before I actually have to throw it out, but I'm going to use it today as a base for my brown eyeshadow, since we're doing a bit of a smoky look today. I'm just going to use this flat brush here to blend in the edges a bit. And I'm just going to clean my little brush off on my little makeup cloth here. Now the reason why I've decided to change up my channel is because we have 3 people in our family at the moment who are quite ill, 2 people who are very seriously ill, and this is my immediate family, and one who's ill but not life-threatening ill. So I have to spend a lot more time at home, and I have to figure out how to balance home and work and things, and my art takes such a lot of time. While I'm talking, I'm just going to get this cream colour here, and I'm just going to put that over this part of my eyelid, the top part, to smooth it out a bit and highlight that very top of the brow there. And also want to just highlight in there a little bit and bring some light into there. So then I'm going to get this shade here. What's this one called? It's called Fawn. So that one was called Vanilla and this one's called Fawn. So I'm going to get some Fawn and put that in the transition to transition that dark brown from the Maybelline. Yeah, so we have 3 people in my immediate family who are quite sick at the moment, and I need to be a lot more available at home, and balancing my art business and basically being a nurse has not been easy of late, so I haven't been able to get to my art studio very much. But I know for my peace of mind and my stress release and having something for me to do, I need to do something creative every day. And I've always been like that. Creativity is part of who I am and what I do. So lately I've been finding other ways to be creative. You know, in the past when I haven't been able to paint, I have done other things like jewellery making and doing various craft things, card making and things like that, or cooking or gardening, because for me gardening is like just painting with plants. And last couple of years I've been doing a lot more with makeup, and this last year especially, because this is when most of the illnesses turned up in the family, is this last year, and I've really found I'm enjoying doing the makeup because I'm still using brushes and playing with colour, and so I'm just painting my face instead of a canvas. And I've had to have a think about what I want to do on my channel, because I can't concentrate on it as a business anymore, because I can't do it anymore. I still want to do painting tutorials because I really love doing the tutorials. My blog will still be just about art, because I'm not going to write about any of the other stuff that I'm doing on here at this stage. So although I'll still be doing art, I want to include the other things that I really enjoy in my life on this channel, because I find it quite relaxing and it's fun and I enjoy sharing, and I want to show you how I take inspiration. Excuse me, the telephone's ringing. Okay, I just had to answer the phone because it was the hospital. Okay, so what was I up to? I was talking about how with the issues with health in the family, I can't do my art exclusively anymore because it's just too hard to do it as a business. And so I'm just going to take a little step back and relax with it a bit and have some fun with it, and show you the other things I've been doing to be creative. And I really love doing the makeup as well, so I wanted to share that with you and share the products that I've been discovering and just having some fun with the channel. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. So let's get on with the look. So I've done my transition. Now I'm not obviously a makeup artist. I'm also 49 years old. And although I've always loved makeup, I'm just putting a little bit of that vanilla colour, that cream colour, to help blend things out. Although I've always loved makeup, I haven't really done a lot of it until this last year. So what happened in the last year, I'm just going to take this colour called Chrome. It's the dark brown. What's actually happened in the last year is I discovered the Fly Lady. Now you might think, what's the connection with that and makeup? So in my effort to get my life a bit more organised and get my house organised and try and fit in more of what I needed to do, because I was getting really busy with my art stuff and my house was becoming a mess. So I started doing the Fly Lady, which is a system of house cleaning and it's sort of just a way of life sort of thing. And part of that was, I'm just going to get my blending brush. This is a, can't see in the light, this is a Real Techniques multitask eye brush. So it's a nice fluffy brush. And I'm just going to blend out that crease there. So you might wonder what that has to do with doing your makeup, the Fly Lady. But what it actually has to do with makeup is that part of it is getting up in the morning, getting dressed, doing your hair, doing your makeup if you wear it. And yes, I did wear makeup, but not all the time, just sometimes. But it was something I wanted to do more, so I started including that in my everyday routine and really enjoying it. And I started watching a lot more YouTube videos about makeup, and of course YouTube makes you buy it, and I ended up buying quite a few things and trying products that I'd never done before. Like I'd never done my brows until this year actually. I'd never used highlight before. I'd never used bronzer before. So it was all sort of new and exciting. I love learning new things and trying out new things, so it was all fun. And I was really enjoying it. And I was watching so many tutorials and things as well, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to carry on doing my art, and I've thought about it for a while. Now I'm just going to have a quick look what I'm doing. I thought about it for a while and decided, after watching all the YouTube videos and things, I've already got a channel, I'm already doing YouTube. I'd quite like to share my journey with makeup and creativity with you, as well as my art and whatever else I decide to do, being creative to get me through these times, and just being really grateful that I have things that I can do. So I decided I'm going to share, and it's just for fun. It's just a fun channel. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy showing you what I'm using and showing you don't have to buy all the expensive palettes and or all the makeup. You can just use what you've got, go through your stash and use what you've got. And that's what I do. I just, if I find a look that I like, I just go through what I've already got and figure out what I can use to make that look. Now, because I am 49 and I have hooded eyes, and this time of day, because we are getting ready, but it's actually the afternoon, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon because I didn't put any makeup on this morning. I have this part here is a hooded eye. Now, first thing in the morning, this one here is a lot more hooded than this one. And in the afternoon, this one here is more hoodie than this one. So, depending on what time of day it is, will depend on what my makeup will look like. So, I need to look just straight into the mirror to see if I've got my dark and my transition up high enough so that you can see it when my eyes are open, because otherwise it will just disappear and you won't be able to see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this Real Tex Next brush, this one here, and this is called a Instapop crease brush. Now this is one of these brushes that Emily Noel made me buy because she was showing them on her channel, and I thought, oh, those look really interesting. So it's fairly dense and it's got a slope on it, so it just fits really perfectly into your crease area. So I'm going to get some more of that fawn colour here, this one here, and I'm just going to make sure. Now I have to raise my eyebrows up when I do this so that I can see, because you can see when I just relax my eyebrow down how much disappears into those creases. So I'm just making sure I've got a nice transition going on. And I find this really relaxing because, as I said, it's just like painting. I'm just painting my face instead of painting a canvas. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this little tiny brush. Now this has got no name on it, so it's just a little round tipped little brush, and I'm going to get the highlighter, which is just called highlighter. So it's a champagne coloured highlighter on this little tiny brush, and I'm just going to do a little highlight. Now the important thing for me with my eyes is that I don't take this highlight down too far, so I just want to keep it way up here. And I'm going to get my fluffy brush for blending and just blend that out. Now I'm not going to do my inner or the lower lash line yet because I haven't got my base on yet. So I'm going to get a makeup wipe. And I'm just going to clean up under my eyes. And just pat that line out. Now I never get my eyes exactly even, but honestly nobody notices. Now because I have just used a makeup wipe under my eyes, now my eyes are really dry underneath, so I'm going to use my Trilogy eye cream and just pop a little bit more eye cream under there to help my concealer be nice and smooth under there. It won't be nice and smooth under there because I've had a few problems with allergies this last week, and I've got some quite dry skin under my eyes, and you can see that it's a bit red. At least I think you can see that. I don't know whether you can see that in the camera or not. So I'm filming this on my phone, and the only way I can see what I'm actually filming is I've got a mirror behind the camera to have a look at, and I haven't got my glasses on when I do this, obviously, so I can't actually see, apart from making sure that I'm in frame, whether you can see exactly what I'm doing or not. So it won't be till I play this back that I'll know if it's worked. So I'll let that soak in a little bit, and today I'm going to use my Rimmel Lasting Finish foundation. And another thing YouTube made me buy, because I saw the reviews on this and it looked quite interesting, and I thought I might try it. So this one is in 100 Ivory. This one is too light. And this one is in Natural Beige 400, and this one is too dark, so I have to mix the two colours together because they didn't have my perfect shade. So I'm just going to put that on the back of my hand and mix them together. So I'm just going to use my little paddle brush here. This is double-sided. I use this one for mixing my foundation and just dotting it around my face, and this one for blending in my concealer. And I'm just going to mix that together on the back of my hand. And I'm going to concentrate this in the middle of my face. Now everyone's got different problems with their skin that they have to figure out how to deal with. So I'll tell you a couple of mine. You already know my under eyes, because of my allergies, are a bit of a disaster. The other problem I have is my nose. Foundation never sticks to my nose and it never looks smooth, even though I exfoliate and do all that stuff. Now, one thing I haven't done is I've forgotten to wet my sponge, so I'll go do that. So before I go in with my sponge, I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques buffing brush. And I want to concentrate most of the foundation in the middle of my face, because that's where I lose all my foundation. Not so much my forehead. My forehead seems to hold on to foundation pretty well, but around my nose and around here and my chin, the foundation just vanishes. And if I put too much of it on my nose, it just looks cakey and weird. So I have to try and find that balance. Now, part of the reason why it disappears is because although a lot of my skin on my face, like my eyes and all around here, is dry, around here and around here is oily. So it's not my whole T-zone, it's just some of my T-zone. So after I've buffed it in, I'm going to get my brush, my sponge. Now this sponge is one from Kmart. They're really cheap ones. I think they're about $2 in New Zealand dollars. And it's really soft, it's really nice. And then I'm just going to pat and roll all around my face to get it nice and smooth. So we've all heard it lots before. Blending, blending, blending. You see what I just did then? I went over my eye because I don't usually do my eye makeup first and I forgot. But it's okay. It hasn't destroyed it. Habit. I really need better lighting in here because it's not very good lighting here. I'm actually in my daughter's room while she's at university. So she's coming back at the beginning of September for a week. So I'll have to move out of here to let her have her room back. So I won't be filming that week because I have nowhere else in the house really that I can film. So I get really dry skin around here as well. So I have to be careful how much product I put in here because it can end up looking really cakey and dry. And same with my nose. So I don't put a lot of product on my nose. I've probably wiped the majority of it off because otherwise it just doesn't look good. So I'm going to get my concealer. Now, just this year I have started using the Maybelline Age Rewind. And this one is in Fair Clear. And I've been wanting to try this for ages because I keep raving about it on YouTube, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere around where I live. Now I live in a really small country town, in a really small country, because I live in New Zealand. I'm just going to blend that out with my sponge to make sure it's as smooth as I can get it. So most of the concealers that I have tried are too thick for under my eyes, or they don't cover anything, and I may as well not have put it on. But this one so far I've been happy with. I've also got the light of this one, which is a good summer shade. This one's good in winter when I'm a bit more pale. And I don't know whether you can see that, but I've got all these really little fine lines around here from my allergies, and I don't want to put lots of concealer or foundation on there because it will just cake it up and it'll look horrible. Sometimes, yes, I'm filming. Yes, yes. Sorry, that was my daughter just came in and discovered I was filming and forgot what she was going to say to me, left an hurry. So I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in light ivory, and I'm going to put a little bit around here, but as I said, I have to be really careful. It depends how my skin is feeling or looking to how much I can put on there. One of the other things I'm using in my project pan is my BYS Liquid Illuminator. Sometimes I put this on underneath and sometimes I put it on top, sometimes I don't use it at all. I just get a little bit and pat it on my cheeks, and I'm going to use my sponge to blend that out to make it look a bit more natural. Now, if my under eyes are looking particularly good, then I can powder, but at the moment they're not looking particularly good because they've been a bit red and irritated lately. So I'm not going to powder today. And I can get away with that because I've got dry under eyes. Most of the time my concealers don't crease, and my GRWM doesn't crease on me. So now I'm going to powder the rest of my face. Now this is where I do my powdering a bit different on different parts of my face. Because my makeup disappears here and here, I powder differently there than I do the rest of my face. Now the reason why my makeup disappears around here is because I have allergies. I'm always blowing my nose, so there's nothing that's going to keep that on. So to start with, I'm just going to take my little powder puff, and I suppose I should show you what I'm using. I'm using the Rimmel London Match Perfection translucent powder, and this is in my project pan, and I'm just going to kind of use a blotting motion around those parts of my face where the makeup comes off, and then I'm going to get the nice soft brush. This is actually the Thin Lizzy brush that you get when you buy Thin Lizzy stuff, and my mum had bought some Thin Lizzy stuff and she wasn't using it. It was brand new, so it got passed on to me. So what I'm doing is I'm putting some on my brush, and then I'm bouncing most of it off, and then bouncing the rest on the rest of my face, because I only need a very light coating on the rest of my face, just so I can get my powder bronzers and things to go on nice and smoothly with no patches. So now that I'm all powdered up, I'm going to do my under eyes. So I'm going to get my Profusion face powder, my Face Pro Makeup Case in Natural, and I'm going to get my tiny little brush again. Can you find it? Here it is. No, that's not it. Here it is, here. And I would like to get just a straight flat brush to do this, but I haven't got one at the moment, so I'm going to take Chrome again, the dark brown. And I'm just going to line my under eye with it. And you can see I totally balls that side up. that's alright because we can just blend it out. And then I'm going to take a slightly bigger brush. Now this is a Real Techniques brush by Sam and Nick, the Point XXS, and I'm going to get that fawn transition colour there. Now I know normally you do the lighter colour first and then the darker colour, but I like to do it this way because I don't like the dark to get too dark, and I can always go back with a bit of that dark colour and go over it. And just flicking it out a little bit, but not too much. The sides do bring a little bit, I've gone down a little bit too low, so I'm just going to clean up that little bit there. And then I'm going to go in with the highlighter in this palette. I'm going to use the little brush, and this has had dark on it, so I'm going to wipe that off on my makeup cloth here. I'm just going to wipe that off so it's nice and it doesn't have any more product on it. Go in with my highlighter, and I'm just going to lighten up that little bit. Now I don't want to put too much highlighter in here because when my eyes are having a bad day, this part here, if I put too much highlighter on there, it gets really dry and crusty looking if I do too much highlight in that area. So I'm just going to do a little bit to just brighten up that corner a little bit. And I'm not going to run it under here today. Sometimes I do, but as I said, it depends on what state my eyes are in. If you can hear a lot of, I don't know if you can hear that, a lot of sort of crinkling, because I haven't got the ring lights and the makeup lights and things that you need to do these kind of tutorials. I was looking on YouTube to find out how I could do it because I'm filming on my phone, and I've just got my normal daylight bulbs that I use for my painting and things, and they said you have something reflective under you to lift the shadows from underneath. So I just put some tin foil down in front of me, but it's a little bit noisy, and I have no idea if it's actually doing anything because, as I said, I can't actually see if it's working. So it's not until later when I look at the footage that I'll see if this works, but that's what you can hear. If you can hear this sort of rustling sound, it's actually the tin foil on my desk. So now I'm going to go in with my bronzer. And the brush I'm using here is the Real Techniques multi-face brush. So it's an angled brush and it's quite soft and fluffy. So I'm going to take my bronzer here. Now this is quite a reddy bronzer, and when I first used this I didn't like it at all, but now I find it's quite a good winter colour, and what I do is I use the angle of the brush to just brush up, and without adding any more product I will go in to my forehead and under my chin to sort of shadow my double chin a bit that I get from my mother and then I'll fluff it all and soften it. And I've only dipped into the bronzer that once at the beginning. As I said, I live in a little country town, and the nearest sort of shopping centre is 45 minutes in the car away. We've got a very, very small shopping centre here, but the only place you can really get makeup from would be the chemist here, and they don't stock a lot, but I can get some things here. It's such a bad habit, blowing on your makeup. You shouldn't do that. But so I'm going to do my highlighter now. This came in a brush set, and I don't know which brush set it came in because it's got no name or anything on it, but I'm going to use this for my blush, and it's just a really soft, another angled brush. It's similar to this, but it's smaller. It has less bristles in it. Actually, no, I'm not going to use that because I'm not doing my blush. I'm doing my highlighter. Okay, so I'm using another Real Techniques brush. I'm actually going to use the contour brush for my highlighter. So I'm just going to dip into my palette that I'm trying to pan. And I'm going to apply my highlighter, and I'm going to buff it in. Now I'm going to try not to get my highlighter way up here because that'll just emphasize the wrinkles on my face. I can put a little bit up here after I've applied it down here. I like to apply my highlighter before I do my blush because I think it makes it look more natural on me. So I'm buffing it in because when I used to put it on before, I used to just go, and then I'd have this like streak of glittery highlighter, and it was like, no. But then I found out about buffing it in, and I like it so much better. It looks so much better. I'm just buffing that in. Now outside the shops at our house, you're more likely to see signs saying, please take off your dirty gumboots before you go in the shop, then have people dressed up to the nines and things. So at times there's not a lot of occasion to dress up, and people more often wander around with their gumboots on than high heels. But I find as I get older, especially since I'm going to be 50 next year, so if I want to wear purple eyeshadow, I'll wear purple eyeshadow. I don't care anymore what people are going to think or say. So I'm just putting my blusher on now. This is the one I can't tell you what it is because I've had it so long and it's never had a compact. It's just been in this plastic thing. So it's just a nice pink. It's kind of a neutral pink. It's not really cool and it's not really warm, but it's nice on my skin tone. I've got a warm skin tone, and so I have to watch what kind of pinks I use, and this one's a good one for me, so I'm using that. But it's getting old, which is why I've put it in my project pan, because eventually I'll have to stop panning it so I've got some left, so I can go and find another colour that's similar to this, because I do actually really like it. And I prefer to just use a matte blush most of the time. And now I'm going to use my Rimmel spray and just go over my face to sort of meld in all that powder that I just put on, and I'm just going to smooth out my cheeks a bit, make sure they all blend in. Now, I haven't done my eyebrows because I did my eyebrows this morning, so they're still on from this morning, and I'm just going to leave them the way they are. And I'm going to do my lipstick. Now, I think with this look, I would just want to do a fairly nude lip, which I do most of the time anyway. So I've got my Nude by Nature Mineral Lip Liner. I have no idea what this colour is called. But it's the lightest one that they've got, and I've actually been using this quite a lot. I really like it. It does need sharpening. It goes with all my nudes. And then I'm going to use this is a L'Oreal lipstick, and it is the Colour Reach Matte Blush in a Rush 103. So it's a kind of a pinky nude. See if I can do a swatch. I wasn't very good at swatches yesterday. I don't know if you can see that or not. But so before I stick my mascara on, I'm going to spray with my Dewy Finish NYX setting spray, because very often when I put my mascara on, I end up, and then I spray my face, I end up with the mascara down here. Sometimes happens anyway. So while it's drying, I can put my mascara on. Now I'm using the L'Oreal Fibre Lash X Fibre. Now this is that one that has the one for volume and the two with, so this is like the primer side, and this is the side with all the fibres and things in it. And as I said, I don't know whether you can see with all that dark eye makeup, but I really don't have hardly any lashes. And this one actually makes me feel like I might have some lashes. I didn't curl my lashes first. I don't very often because there's not much there to curl. But also, this mascara seems to curl them for me, so that's really good. So that's just with side 1 on, and I'll put side 2 on. You may not be able to see it very well because it's because of the dark eye makeup. So, if you can see that, how it curls the lashes up. See, these ones are straight, and this one just naturally curls it without me having to do anything. So I really like it. So I'm going to put it on the other side. And I'm going to use my L'Oreal Telescopic. Now, I've just closed my eyes with my top mascara, still wet, so that wasn't smart. I'm not sponsored at all. None of my videos are sponsored because I'm only a very tiny channel. But one of the brands we have locally that's affordable is L'Oreal, and I like quite a lot of their products, so I didn't realise just how many I was using for my eye products. But so this one here has like a little short, well, it's not short, the bristles are short, it's quite long, it's got a hair on it. Yeah. And I'm going to put this on my bottom lashes because you can see I've got hardly any bottom lashes. So I find it really hard to put mascara on my bottom lashes without getting mascara all over me because there are just hardly any lashes there. And they say, oh, you shouldn't wipe your mascara off until it's dry. If I do that, I can't get it off. So as long as it's not too wet, it comes off with a cotton bud if I do it then. Now, I'm going to do the whole, have a look and see what else I need to do. And I'm just going to darken up under here a little bit. So I'll get my tiny little brush again, which doesn't have a name, and get that chrome, that dark brown out of the palette. This is just a little brush, double-ended brush that I got in one of my palettes. It's actually in one of my BYS palettes, which is an Australian brand, but they sell it here in New Zealand as well. It came out. Now normally I would like to put a bit more light in here, but as I said, my eyes aren't in a condition to have that on it today. So, lipstick on my teeth. So I could go in with a gloss if I wanted to, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just leave it like that. And there is my look using my products that I want to pan. And take my hair down a bit so you can see what it looks like. So you can see that little bit of colour tattoo from the Maybelline colour tattoo there just gives it just a little bit more dimension and sparkle and depth instead of just being a completely flat colour. It just gives it a bit more interest. So that's my look. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy how my channel's going to go in the future, and we'll see you next time.